Welcome friends once again to my YouTube channel Knowledge Entertainment. In the previous video we have seen how to solve trigonometric equations, the formula, and now we will take some questions of trigonometric equations, how to solve them. So here I am taking some questions. Before solving these questions, I'll rewrite the formula for them. If sin x is equal to sin alpha, this means x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to the power n alpha. This is the general solution for this trigonometric equation. Cos x is equal to cos alpha implies x is equal to 2n pi plus minus alpha. This is the general solution for cos x is equal to cos alpha. Tan x is equal to tan alpha gives x is equal to n pi plus alpha, as the period of the function tan x is pi, and sin square x is equal to sin square alpha, or cos square x is equal to cos square alpha, or tan square x is equal to tan square alpha. They all give the same solution, that is x is equal to n pi plus minus alpha. So these are the basic results using which we will solve some questions from trigonometric equations. So I am going to start now the questions. The starting of the questions will be from easy, and then we will slowly move to the difficult problems, to the tricky problems. So the first question which I am going to take today is solve this equation. Solve 3 plus 2 sin x upon 5 is equal to sin x. We have to find the general value of x which will satisfy this equation. Solution of this trigonometric equation is very easy. What we have to take first, cross multiply. Cross multiplying, you will get 5 sin x is equal to 2 sin x plus 3. Take this 2 sin x to the left hand side. You will get 5 sin x minus 2 sin x, that means 3 sin x is equal to 3. 3 will be cancelled, and you will get sin x is equal to 1. So sin x is equal to sin pi by 2. The value of sin pi by 2 is 1. Now sin x is equal to sin alpha, and we know that sin x is equal to sin alpha yields the result x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to the power n into alpha. So here you will get x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to the power n, and your alpha is pi by 2. So this is the general solution of this equation. So it is an easy question. As I have said, we will move from easier questions to the typical one. It was the easiest one. Still 5 or more 6 easy questions will be there, and then we will move on to the tricky problems, the difficult problems. The second one I am taking here is 2 sin x cos x is equal to sin x. There are so many ways. So you can tackle this problem as in 2 ways. I am showing you. There are so many ways. One, you can take 2 sin x cos x minus sin x is equal to 0. This is the one way. And taking sin x common, you will get 2 cos x minus 1 is equal to 0, which will give you either sin x is equal to 0 or cos x is equal to 1 by 2. From here you will get x is equal to n pi, and from here this 1 by 2 is cos pi by 3. So cos x is equal to cos alpha will give you the result x is equal to 2n pi plus minus alpha. So you will get x is equal to 2n pi plus minus pi by 3. So one is this way. Another way, the second one is this 2 sin x cos x, you can write it as sin 2x and take this minus sin x is equal to 0. And now apply the formula for sin c minus sin d. You will get 2 cos 3x by 2 sin x by 2 is equal to 0, which will give you either cos 3x by 2 is 0 or sin x by 2 is 0, as the product of these two is 0, and when the product of two real numbers is 0, then one of them must be 0. So either this is 0 or this is 0. So from here, once again, this is cos 3x is equal to 0. So what you will get from here, 3x by 2 is equal to 2n pi plus minus pi by 2 and multiply it by 2 by 3. So here you will get x by 2 is equal to n pi. So multiply here by 2 by 3. So x will become 2 by 3 2n pi plus minus pi by 2, and from here you will get x is equal to 2n pi. So when you will put values of n to be 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, these values are going to be same. Just they are looking different, but the solution is unique, so they are one and the other way they are same. Another way to solve this question is you can write it as sin 2x is equal to sin x. Now consider this equation itself as sin x is equal to sin alpha. So sin x is equal to sin alpha will give you 2x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to the power n into x. Now take this term to the left hand side, take x common, so you will get x 2 plus minus 1 raised to the power n is equal to n pi, which will give you x is equal to n pi divided by 2 plus minus 1 raised to the power n. So it is another way. So there are so many ways to tackle a trigonometric equation. So I am solving this equation. I have solved this equation by 3 ways. So more ways can be there. You can square both sides. You can convert cos square x into 1 minus sin square. You can make it as a quadratic equation in sin square x, and then you can solve it. That will be another way. So there are so many ways to tackle a problem. Another problem which I am going to take here is sin x plus cos x is equal to 0. Sorry, sin x plus tan x is equal to 0. This is the problem. So write this tan x as sin x upon cos x. Take LCM. You will get sin x cos x plus sin x is equal to 0. This implies this by converting tan x into sin x upon cos x. And now you can take sin x as common. Cos x plus 1 is equal to 0. So once again, either sin x is equal to 0, 0 means sin 0, or cos x is equal to is equal to minus 1. You can say cos minus pi by 2. Sorry, cos pi, you can write like this. So from here your x will be n pi, and from that equation you will get x is equal to 2n pi plus minus pi. So this is one of the ways to solve this equation. I am not going to take more and more ways to solve the same problem. You can have many ways, you can have many different possible ways, techniques to solve a particular trigonometric equation. So I am taking only one method, not too much. Another question which I am having here with me is secant square x minus 2 tan x is equal to 4. This is another equation. How to solve it? It is tan x. Here you are having secant square x. Write this secant square x as 1 plus tan square x. So you will get 1 plus tan square x minus 2 tan x minus 4 is equal to 0. And now it can be written as a quadratic equation of tan x. So you will get tan square x, this one, then minus 2 tan x, and this minus 4 plus 1 will become minus 3 is equal to 0. And now this can be factorized. Factorizing, you will get tan x minus 3 and tan x plus 1 is equal to 0. This means 10x is 3 or 1. So you can say 10x is equal to this 3, you can write tan of tan inverse 3, or this 1 can be written as tan pi by 4. Now if you take tan x is equal to tan of tan inverse 3, then your x will be n pi plus tan inverse 3, n pi plus alpha, and if you consider this equation, then it will become n pi plus pi by 4. So you can tackle this problem by writing this 3 as tan of tan inverse 3. In fact, the inverse trigonometric functions we will take later on. And now I am going to take another question, another trigonometric equation which we will solve. And slowly we will go to different typical problems. Yet this one is another easy question which I am going to take is 2 cot square x plus cosecant square x is equal to 2. Once again, this cosecant square x can be written as cot square x plus 1 minus 2 is equal to 0, you can say. And now it is 3 cot square x minus 1 is equal to 0, which will give you cot square x is equal to 1 by 3. Or you can say your tan square x is equal to 3, or you can say your tan x is equal to plus or minus square root of 3. So once again you will have two solutions. Tan x is equal to, this is either tan, you can write pi by 3, or you can write tan 2 pi by 3, tan 120 degree is minus root 3, and tan 60 degree is root 3. So if you take tan x is equal to tan pi by 3, your x will be n pi plus pi by 3, and if you take tan x is equal to tan 2 pi by 3, your x will be n pi plus 2 pi by 3. So this will be the complete solution of this equation, because both of these equations will satisfy your given equation. Now we'll move on to a little bit typical problem, not too much typical but a little bit you can say. The question is, this is 8 sine cube x plus 4 sine square x minus 6 sine x is equal to 3. This question I am giving you as an exercise. You can solve it. If you are able to solve it, then it is good. If you are not able to solve it, then you can ask me the solution for this problem in the comment box or in messenger or through WhatsApp number I have supplied you several times. Once again I am going to write here my WhatsApp number 9041404543. If you are unable to solve this question, you can ask me this problem through WhatsApp. So this question is an exercise for you. And now another question is cos x minus sin 4x is equal to 0. Once again, this is a question. You can write cos x is equal to sin 4x. And this cos x, first I am writing this sin 4x, and then this cos x I can write sin pi by 2 minus x. I can write it like this. Now it is sin x is equal to sin alpha. And sin x is equal to sin alpha, you know that the result is 4x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to the power n into pi by 2 minus x. Open this bracket and take the second term to the left hand side. You will get 4x plus minus 1 raised to the power nx is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to the power n into pi by 2. Take x common from here, and whatever will be the coefficient of x, we will take to the denominator on the right hand side to get the solution as x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to the power n pi by 2 divided by 4 plus minus 1 raised to the power n, and this will be the general solution of this trigonometric equation. Now I'm going to take some more questions. One of the questions I'm going to take is, you just write, this is the question, 2 times 7 cos x plus 6 sin square x is equal to 13 plus 8 sin square x cos x. So how to tackle this problem? It is sin square x. 2 places you are having sin square x and 2 places you are having cos x. So better if you convert sin square x into 1 minus cos square x and open the brackets as well. It is 14 cos x plus 12 into 1 minus cos square x is equal to 13 plus 8 into cos x into 1 minus cos square x. Now open the brackets and collect all terms to the left hand side. What you are going to get here, the last term will be minus 8 cos cube x. So taking it to the left hand side, it will become 8 cos cube x. How many cos square x you are going to have now? This is one term, that is minus 12 cos square x. Minus 12 cos square x. How many cos x you are going to have? Here you are having 14 cos x and it is 8 cos x which will be minus subtracted in the left hand side. So 14 cos x minus 8 cos x will become plus 6 cos x. And what is the constant term now? It is 12 here and it is minus 13 here. 12 minus 13 will become minus 1 is equal to 0. And if you now look it closely, then you will see that it is nothing but 2 cos x minus 1 cube is equal to 0. Cube of 2 cos x minus 1, when you will expand, you will get this term. Now this you can take as, you know that x cube is 0 if and only if x is 0. So 2 cos x minus 1 cube is 0. That means 2 cos x minus 1 is equal to 0, and this means cos x is equal to 1 by 2. 1 by 2 means cos of pi by 3, and cos of x is equal to cos of alpha, means x is equal to 2 n pi plus minus alpha, and alpha is here pi by 3. So this will be the final solution for this given trigonometric equation. Now more questions I'm going to solve. I'll try to complete this topic, the solution of trigonometric functions here, and then we'll move on to the next topic, that is inverse trigonometry. More questions I'm going to solve. This question I'm taking here is now sin x cos x is equal to 1 by 2. This is very easy question. You can take this 2 to the left hand side. You will get 2 sin x cos x is equal to 1. That means sin 2x is equal to 1, and 1 means cos sin pi by 2. And now sin x is equal to sin alpha, means 2x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to the power n pi by 2. And now divide both sides by 2, or you can say multiply by 1 by 2 to get x is equal to n pi by 2 plus minus 1 raised to the power n pi by 4, which is the required solution of the given trigonometric equation. So it was another easy question, and more questions I'm going to solve for you so that you may gain confidence in solving these trigonometric equations. One of the problems, another problem I'm going to take here is cos 2x plus 3 sin x minus 2 is equal to 0. It's another easy problem. Here you are having sin x. If your complete equation is in sine, it will be easier to solve it. So what we have to do? We have to do this cos 2x as 1 minus 2 sin square x. So I'm writing this as 1 minus 2 sin square x. This is for cos 2x, and then plus 3 sin x and minus 2 is equal to 0. Multiply the equation throughout by a negative sign to eliminate this minus and rewrite it. So you will get 2 sine square x here, and this 3 sine x will become minus 3 sine x. This 1 minus 2 is minus 1, but you are multiplying by minus 1, so it will become plus 1 is equal to 0. And now, what you have to do to factorize this equation? Factorize this equation, you will get 2 sine x minus 1 and sine x minus 1 is equal to 0, which will give you two values for sine x, 1 and 1 by 2. So this means your sine x is sine pi by 2 or sine pi by 6. If you take sine x is equal to sine pi by 2, the solution will be x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to the power n pi by 2. And if you take sine x is equal to sine pi by 6, you will get n pi plus minus 1 raised to the power n pi by 6, which will be the complete solution to this trigonometric equation. So more trigonometric equations I am going to solve, and I may give you one more or two more trigonometric equations as exercises for you. Another question which I am going to take here is this 1 minus cos x is equal to root 3 sin x. So this question may also be tackled in many ways. So two of the different ways I am going to solve it. First one is square both sides. Squaring both sides, you will get 1 plus cos square x minus 2 cos x is equal to, on the other side you will get 3 sin square x, and sin square x I am going to write as 1 minus cos square x. And now you can rewrite this equation as a quadratic equation in cos x, and two factors will be there from where you can get the different two solutions. That means combining the two solutions you will get the complete solution. This is the one way. Another way to solve this equation is that rewrite this equation as root 3 sin x plus cos x is equal to 1. Now divide both sides by 2. You will get root 3 by 2 sin x plus 1 by 2 cos x is equal to 1 by 2. Now you can rewrite this equation as either in the form of sin a plus b or sin a minus b or cos a plus b or cos a minus b. Several ways are there. So what I am doing, I am writing this root 3 by 2 as this sin x first, and this root 3 by 2 I am going to write as cos pi by 6 plus this is cos x, and this 1 by 2 is sin pi by 6 is equal to 1 by 2. Now left hand side is sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. So it is sin a plus b, that means pi plus x plus pi by 6 is equal to, on the other side, this 1 by 2 I can write sin pi by 6. Now it is sin x is equal to sin alpha. So x plus pi by 6 will be equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to the power n into pi by 6. And now you can take this pi by 6 to the right hand side to get the solution as x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to the power n pi by 6 minus pi by 6. So this will be the final solution of this equation. So two different ways are there. You can solve it in more ways. You can write this 1 minus cos x as 2 sin square x by 2, and this sin x as 2 sin x by 2 cos x by 2. Then once again sin x by 2 can be taken out. Two factors will be there. One solution for sin, one solution for cos, and combining the two solutions you will get the final solution for this trigonometric equation. So there are so many ways, once again I am telling you, to solve a trigonometric equation. It is not a difficult topic of solution of the trigonometric equations, as there are so many ways to tackle each question. Another question which I am going to take is this: simplify sin x cos 2x plus cos 4x plus cos 6x plus cos 8x is equal to 0. So this is the question. Another question you can say, Once again, this can be tackled in so many ways. You can apply cos C plus cos D here, you can apply cos C plus cos D here, then taking something common, once again applying formula for cos C plus D, you can tackle this question. Another way is multiply the sin x within the bracket, that means opening the bracket and multiply by 2. You will get 2 sin x cos 2x plus 2 sin x cos 4x plus 2 sin x cos 6x plus 2 sin x cos 8x is equal to 0. And now you can apply formulas here. This is 2 sin A cos B, or you can say 2 cos A sin B. For 2 cos A sin B, you have sin A plus B minus sin A minus B. So it is sin 3x minus sin x. This is. Now next bracket, in the same way, you will get sin 5x minus sin 3x. The next term you will get as sin 7x minus sin 5x. And the last term, you can write it as sin 9x minus sin 7x is equal to 0. Look carefully, this sin 3x positive and negative will be cancelled. This sin 5x positive and negative will be cancelled. This sin 7x positive and negative will be cancelled. And you will left with only two terms, that is sin 9x minus sin x is equal to 0. Now once again, either you can apply the formula for sin C minus sin D, and then you will get two terms, either one term in cos is equal to 0 or the second term in sin is equal to 0, and the two solutions you can have. This is another way. You can rewrite this equation as sin 9x is equal to sin x, and now you can treat it as sin x is equal to sin alpha to get 9x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to the power n x. Once again, take this term to the left hand side, take x common, take the coefficient of x to the denominator on the right hand side, you will get x is equal to n pi divided by 9 plus minus 1 raised to the power n. So it is another method to tackle this equation. So in this way, you can solve almost every question based on solution of trigonometric equations. So I am going to stop this topic here. If you get any problem on any questions regarding solution of trigonometric equations, then you can either message me in Messenger, or you can ask your question in comment box, or once again I am going to write my WhatsApp number here, 9041404543. So you can ask your problem through WhatsApp on this WhatsApp number, and in the next video we'll start the next topic. This topic, trigonometric equations, the solutions. I'm going to stop here, and I'm thankful to you, and I hope you will share, you will like this video, you will share this video with your friends and +1 students, and you will subscribe my channel. And once again, thanks in advance. Thank you.